Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. Welcome to another edition of Breaking the NBA. So yeah, guys, for today's episode, Marcus Smart of the Boston Celtics doing some Marcus not-so-smart stuff out there. But before we get into that, as you guys all know, we do have a like challenge going on here on the channel. If eventually, at some point in time, this video gets to 5,000 likes, I am going to be wearing a Kevin Durant jersey for a full week of hosting the show. Also, man, I made it and I put it in writing that if my channel ever hits 1 million subscribers, yeah, guys, 1 million subscribers is a big number. I am going to wear Stanley Johnson and Darko attire for a full 365 days, unless it's a leap year. Then you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As you guys know, I'm a Piston fan, so yeah, not a great situation for me. But yes, our first story: Marcus Smart, Joel Embiid. They get into it. Check this out.
Knocked the ball out of Embiid's hands before he hit his arm. That's a very good point. And oh, Marcus Smart and Embiid. Embiid's going right back at him. The Sixers wisely keeping Embiid away. Let's take a look. All right. Oh, I see that left arm come out. That's what he didn't like. Smart.
So Marcus Smart was ejected from the Boston Celtics 76ers game after shoving Joel Embiid to the floor. While Smart was taken out of the game, Joel Embiid finished with 37 points and 22 rebounds as the 76ers rallied back in the second half. Jimmy Butler did hit the dagger to give them the 118-115 victory, avoiding the sweep. Let me just say straight up, guys, I cannot wait until the NBA playoffs. Like, please have these two teams go up against each other. We need this in our lives. I need a full 7-game series of Marcus Smart trying to get cheap shots in on Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid just freaking out about it because it's just a good time here, man. Like, finally, we have, like, a really good rivalry going on here in the NBA, and I'm, for one, all in on it. Give us this series matchup. I don't care what it does. I don't care what it takes. Just do it. So next up, we have to talk about James Harden. I forgot to mention in yesterday's show, he just scored 30 points against, I believe it was the Atlanta Hawks, which means he had 30 points or more against every single NBA team this season. And he just had his second 50-point game against the Memphis Grizzlies. So in this game against the Grizzlies, he finished with 57 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. Ultimately, though, the Grizzlies do beat the Rockets 126-125. This is mainly due because of the play of Jonas Valanciunas and also Mike Conley. At one point, I believe in the first quarter, they went 13 for 14 on field goals, while Mike Conley finished with 35 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and Jonas had a career high of 33 points. I really don't get it, guys. What is with these teams that are already eliminated, beating these other teams out there? Like, you're not helping your franchise. I understand that you want to win games just because it's the competitive nature of human and mankind. But at the same time, you could really just be blowing your future. You just don't really know out there. So I've been saying this for a while now. It appears that Laker fans cannot coexist with Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Like, it seems that you cannot like both of them. You have to choose a side. And it sort of created like a civil war within the franchise. But yes, Kobe Bryant just did an interview, and he actually gave some advice to LeBron James. Check this out, guys.
It's been obviously a difficult season for them. How did it compare to what you expected? LeBron comes first year. What has this season been relative to whatever you expected it to be?
Well, yeah, I think they got, it was unfortunate because they got hit with so many injuries in rapid succession. When they were rolling, I mean, they were playing very well. I think exceeding people's expectations. And then they got hit with all these injuries, kind of set them back, knocked them off kilter a little bit, and it's hard to reboot that. And so now, they're caught in that rut. But next year should be better.
And how about LeBron? If he were to ask you for some advice, as a guy who has been the face of the Lakers yourself for such a long time, what would you advise him?
No, you just got to keep pushing, right? I mean, seasons like this are what make the championships worth it.
So Kobe pretty much goes out there and tells LeBron, like, you got to keep on playing despite, you guys are not going to be making the playoffs this season, which is actually got true with Kobe because, some of his best games have been in season, like the 81-point game. I'm pretty sure that year, they were not a very good team at all, but he still went out there, gave it his all. While LeBron James, as great as he is, he has been known for in the past for giving up on teams and seasons. I believe he gave up on the Miami Heat one time when they just had no chance against the Dallas Mavericks. He gave him another time on the Cleveland Cavaliers when he ended up ultimately going to Miami. So, yeah, when LeBron's not winning games, he does often kind of play the blame game. And I mean, that's just how it is, guys. Like, that's not me hating on LeBron James. I think he's fantastic. It's just sometimes he gives up, and that's not really great. There's nothing good about that at all. So the Cleveland Cavaliers played the Milwaukee Bucks. They beat them 107-102. This is after just beating the Detroit Pistons a few nights ago. Collin Sexton was the hero of the night with 25 points, becoming the first rookie to score at least 23 in 7 straight games since 1998, which I believe that was actually Tim Duncan. This victory prevented the Bucks from clinching the Central Division. So obviously it is important to note that yes, the Bucks were without Giannis and also 5 other rotational players. It was just announced yesterday that Nikola Mirotic is going to miss probably about 4 to 6 weeks with a thumb injury. Now, this could actually go on even longer. And my first mindset was like, okay, well, maybe it's just a fake injury because they want him to be rested for the playoffs. But he got a lot of rest during like the phase of the Pelicans to the Bucks, things along those lines. And the fact that I saw that it might be longer than 6 weeks, I was like, okay, this is definitely a serious injury. So you got him. Andrew got Brogdon injured. Giannis is still out with the sprained ankle, although it's not really a serious situation. But I will say, man, for a team that's looking to clinch out there, these are kind of concerning. Plus, anytime you have these injuries like this, it's really hard for your team to get that chemistry going, which is so important going into the playoffs. It also makes no sense to me whatsoever because the Cleveland Cavaliers are 3rd in the lottery right now, guys, and they keep on winning these games against these really solid teams. So I don't know, man. Maybe they don't care about getting Zion. Maybe they're content with Kevin Love right now. They're going for an RJ Barrett. So maybe to them it's like, okay, well, let's get the rookie confidence going by Collin Sexton go out there and lead the team. Which it is working because Collin Sexton's playing fantastic and he's looking like the real deal for the Cavaliers. But still, man, you can still do that. Just, maybe miss that game-winning shot every now and then. And, just go out there and try to get Zion. He's going to be fantastic. So the Toronto Raptors beat the OKC Thunder 123-114 after being up 78-58. Russell Westbrook and Paul George actually helped to force the OT, but Kawhi Leonard and Fred VanVleet took over in OT as the Raptors outscored them 13-4. The OKC Thunder were just not making shots whatsoever. In this game, Pascal Siakam finished with 33 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block as he continues to make his case for the most improved player of the year. Kawhi Leonard had 22-10 with 6 assists, while also getting up 2 steals. Fred VanVleet at 23 points, as Kyle Lowry did not actually play in this one. And then Marc Gasol a solid 10 points and 6 rebounds, and he still is, figuring things out with his team. Paul George dropped 19 points on 6 of 14, but he did foul out with 6 fouls, while Russell Westbrook shot 29 times, but he did drop 42 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. So another really good story to come from this game is Nick Collison actually had his jersey retired. He was the first player in the OKC Thunder organization to have his jersey hung up in the rafters. He played there for 15 years. I know he only averaged 6 points per game, but Nick Collison was just one of those troopers, man. He was one of those guys that just, stuck it out with the franchise and made them a lot better. He had this to say during the ceremony. I was here when this thing started a long time ago, Collison said. Most of the people know the story. We started 3 and 29. We practiced in an old skating rink. All those things are true. But we went to work in that old skating rink and worked day after day. And we built something really special here. And I was able to be here for every day of that. And I'm really proud of that. We also have probably the biggest story of the night, guys. The United States of America learned how to train snakes to deliver pizzas. I'm just joking, guys. Kevin Durant actually did a really cool thing. He delivered a pizza to a fan that he met in an elevator, after a game or something like that. Here's the clip of it.
Oh. I thought it was you. You guys know who this is? No. Hunter, you know who this is?
That's good. Met your pants on the elevator.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
Deliver some pieces.
That's awesome.
Y'all had fun at the game tonight?
Yeah.
All right, now.
Oh, that's funny. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Hey, good luck this season. Tom.
Good to meet you.
Good luck this season. Take it to a winner all again.
Mike, what's your names?
Jordan.
Jordan. Hunter. Hey, keep balling, man.
Hey, do you mind if the kids take a picture with you quick?
So yeah, that was definitely really cool. You can tell the kids were just really excited about it. The one was Kevin Durant. Yeah, he knew who he was out there. He knew who KD was. So as much as I hate on KD at times, I just think that this was really cool. They took the time out of his day to do this. So I figured we would finish things up here with going over the top 3 NBA plays of the night. Hope you guys all enjoyed this edition of Breaking the NBAs. Here we go, guys. Top 3 plays, and after that, the Twitter question of the day. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy these next 2 segments, and peace out, my friends. Here we go. We have the third play right here. Damian Lillard with the ball against the Dallas Mavericks. Nurkic giving him that pick and roll. He's picking, he's rolling, he's throwing it down on the big man of the Dallas Mavericks with no regard for human life. Nurkic with the slam down, guys. Absolutely loving that play right there. Loving Nurkic this season. He's been playing some fantastic basketball for the Portland Trailblazers, and his Cantor absolutely loving it too. We do have number 2, the Miami Heat against San Antonio Spurs, Dwayne Wade from half court, and he knocks it down. So after this game, Greg Popovich actually gave Wade the signed jerseys of Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Tony Parker because of plays like this. Dwayne Wade, an absolute legend. Look at the Spurs fan absolutely loving it, guys. Like, they're all pointing at him like, you know what, man? That was a nice shot, despite them being down by 12. We have the number 1 play of the day. This is the Boston Celtics Philadelphia. We have Jimmy Butler trying to post up on Kyrie Irving for the clinching shot right here, giving up no ground. We got the double team, loses the ball, shoots it from the baseline, and that is your play of the day right there, guys. Jimmy Butler just being absolutely clutch, making the big time plays for the 76ers. As of course, like I said, man, they avoid the sweep of the Boston Celtics. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Okay, so according to you guys, out of every single player in the NBA, these are the people you would build around. We have Neil Jordan saying Giannis, definitely not a bad start. Mono going with Trae Young, very interesting choice. Lionel saying Giannis Antetokounmpo going to be a top 5 player of all time. You surround him with shooters, ain't nobody stopping your team. Tyler Rudd, Colin Sexton because I'm a Cavs fan, but realistically it would be Giannis. Luka Doncic, the rookie contract, extremely valuable. It's a very good point. Giannis, he's the right age for building a franchise. Jason Tatum, obviously, you want a leader to help the young guys out. Derrick Rose. Okay, very nice. I mean, it's not that Derrick Rose you're going to get anymore, but you'll still get a very solid one. Giannis, only 24. We have Giannis again, or Luka. Darko, obviously. I mean, yeah, if he was supposed to be a superstar, man, being picked, you know, before Melo and Wade and Bosh, then yeah, he probably would have been a good choice. Joel Embiid. Darko, again, with a reply saying absolute facts. Nobody said Karl Anthony Towns. Dude is everything you need in a 5. He can block shots and shoot the 3/midi. We got Giannis again. We have Booker, okay. Stephen Curry, Donovan Mitchell, Curry, Giannis, AD, Luka. He said he's going to go with Ben Simmons, actually. Very nice. Kareem. I mean, I don't know how that would work out as of right now. Luka Doncic, D'Lo. And I'm just going to scroll through this real quick here so you guys can see that. I saw Adam Morrison, Brian Scalabrine. I mean, yeah, Brian Scalabrine's not bad, but Adam Morrison is like the anti-Brian. So yeah, man, let me know in the comment section below if you ever want to participate and be part of the video. Follow me on Twitter at KrispyFlakes2K. And yeah, I go through this on the daily. I post the questions over there on the daily. Stanley Johnson, get out of here, man.